Knit. This is the Confessions of a Knitaholic. My name is Johanna. I live in central Norway in Trondheim, and today I figured I want to do a little vlog because I have a deadline and I have a challenge, and I don't know if I'm going to make it, but tag along and we'll see. So I have an experiment going on, and figured I'd take you guys along for the ride to see if it's possible for me to knit a baby cardigan in about 24 hours whilst also working and doing some other stuff around the house. It will be an exciting thing to see. I'm going to a friend's house tomorrow, and she just had a baby, and I'm a bit behind on my gift knits, so I just went down to my basement and looked through my stash, found some Puno Petite for a cardigan for their little boy. So I decided to go for my go-to pattern for baby cardigans. I usually always end up knitting the Clara jacket by when she made the pattern, it was Clara Knitwear. Now she's a part of Untold, a Norwegian yarn brand. It's like not the big size of like Sandnes and Rauma and such, but also not like entirely an indie dyer, somewhere in between. And it's just a simple stockinette raglan cardigan with it has a collar, an optional collar in the pattern, and I usually don't knit that, especially not for the baby boys. I think it's a bit feminine, and also for the smallest kids that don't sit or stand themselves. I find it a bit like in the way, so I'm just doing the collarless version. And it has just a garter for the neckline and the button band, so it's all knit as you go, and then and top down. So let's see if I made enough of a tail. That works. So I've just worked for a few hours, finished my morning meetings, and now I am taking a little bit of a break. Or I work part-time, so it's not a break from work, but I prioritize my work hours myself within my tasks and such. So I'm not slacking to get the knitting done. I have a set amount of work hours, and I will fill those even with this deadline that nobody has put upon me other than myself, because I really like making, and I like giving gift knits, and I know that the recipient, that she values it. She also knits, so she knows the time that goes into it. She knows and she uses the items. This is her second baby, and I did make the eldest also a Clara jacket, but I'm pretty sure I made them the 6 month for the first one, and now I'm making the 3 to 6 months, so it will fit, and this one will fit until the other one fits in. And I'm pretty sure the previous one I made was green. She she likes the natural colors, and I will always knit in the color preference of the parents, or usually the mother, but for the babies. And I am pretty sure I've actually made this exact cardigan in this exact yarn for another friend's baby. So I know it works. And it's a quick knit, and it doesn't take that much yarn, and all I need to do is locate my needle 4 for when I'm done with the collar. But I will soon have to pause the recording because the pattern is on my phone, and I am now recording with said phone. And I know that on this next row I have to do the first buttonhole, and I haven't committed it all the way to memory, which end the buttonhole is, and if it's like a one stitch buttonhole or 2, and if it's a, how the decreases are done for the buttonholes. So I made a batch of some pumpkin muffins for my kids' lunchbox last night, and they turned out super good. So since the kids or the schools here have their autumn fall break this week, they have the last few days of the week off, so tomorrow there won't be that many kids in the kindergarten, so I asked if it was okay that I make a batch of muffins to bring for all the kids, and that was fine. Look at that fog. Let's see if I can do this one handed. Looking good. Okay, so 22 muffins and 6 donuts. Plus the ones from yesterday. Okay, good thing I double checked because I was a bit wrong in remembering the number of stitches for the underarm, but let's see. There we go. 3 to 6 months is a decent size to knit when you are, and when time is of the essence and you're a bit rushed, because size size 4 needle or 4mm needles. It's also good. My wrists don't appreciate the thick, like big needles, so like up to a 4 or 5 is good for me. But when I start like going past the 5mm needles, it's way easier for me to get like cramps and tendonitis, and I have a tendency to get some, like, not full-blown tendonitis, but like I feel that it's coming on, especially when I do a lot of knitting in combination with a lot of like computer work with my admin job. So I have to keep it in check. Sometimes I'll wear the like wrist protector when I'm not knitting, just as like a precaution. Sometimes even when I'm knitting as well, but then it does affect my my gauge. So it should be like the whole project, or but I mean, for some things it's fine, but for other things, I find, especially like smaller projects like this, it will have like it will be noticeable per se. Like, here we go. So normally I wouldn't necessarily put both sleeves of a garment on the same needle, but now, again, in the essence of time, and it's not going to be, it's a small baby project, it's fine. Maybe not motto, but it's fine as a recurring theme for my knitting. If there's a small mistake, or if there's a little like mishap, or something doesn't go exactly as planned, it's usually fine. Nobody knows your plans anyways except you, so it should all be good. Okay, 3 buttonholes down, 2 to go, I think. So this one, which I like for baby stuff, that it's as like not that it's as little faff as possible. So with the button band being on it already, I think that's nice. I wouldn't necessarily want that kind of button band for a garment for me, but for a small baby, it's not going to stretch or anything, so yeah, it's good. And for the keen observant knitter, you may see that even though I'm Norwegian, I actually don't knit as like the same style as most Norwegians do. Most Norwegians do the, I guess, is it called the continental knitting, where you keep the yarn on your left hand, or the thread, like this. So I know how to do it. It's just so much slower for me, especially purling. But whatever the method I use is called, I am a relatively fast knitter, so I've never been bothered to make the transition. And I don't really know why this is the method that stuck, because we did learn the continental way in school, and that's what my mom and my grandmothers and everybody who's taught me to knit has used that. But I think this method stuck when I was a kid. We lived in Indonesia, and I actually had knitting at school there as well for a while, and I made a very long snake. So I think maybe then I knit this method, and then I guess maybe watching some YouTube over the years, and it's just, yeah, it's just stuck with me. So it works. And maybe one day I'll make myself do like a whole project, the continental style, just to see if I can do it and if there's a big difference, but not right now, at least. Just got home from knit night, put on my comfy sweats, put my hair up in a bun, and I got so much knitting done. Remember how my goal was to be done with the body? One sleeve finished on the bus. So, time to get chugging away at the second sleeve. It's 9 p.m. so about an hour maybe maximum of knitting, and then I have to go to bed. So it'll be interesting to see if I can finish it. It's not that many stitches or centimeters, so fingers crossed. So I'll pop on a podcast, I think maybe a homespun house podcast, and then see how far I get. This is my Ollivander's turtleneck by Fob Knitwear. One of maybe my most worn knits over the last few years. All out of the first ball. So, I mean, look how much you can get out of just a 50-gram ball of yarn. It's almost a whole baby cardigan. So I was gonna get out the second skein, but I found another leftover of the same yarn. I know it's the same dye lot and everything because I bought it in like a 500-gram bag. So this will be plenty for the last part of the sleeve. And yeah, it's getting there. So except for my littlest waking up a little bit, so I had to go deal with that. It's right after 10, and it's done. Both sleeves. So one sleeve took right under an hour, which is great. So now I'm gonna go brush my teeth and get ready for bed, and then pop this in the sink for a wash overnight, and then hopefully, or not wash overnight, but wash before the evening so it can dry overnight, hopefully. This has been blocking on the bathroom heated floors overnight. It's almost dry, but I think it's time to get the buttons sewn on whilst I can, and then I'll just plop it back on the floor. So I need to I found my box of buttons to see if I have any that will fit the buttonholes. I usually do wooden buttons on my projects, so guessing I'll go with these coconut ones. Or do I go a bit bigger and lighter with these? No, they were too big. I do also have some of these sheepy ones. Could be fun. No, for this, I think for this one I'll do the coconut buttons. They are a very safe choice, I think.